Hello, this is Leif Shea, and today I'll be walking you through a quick video presentation on the power run blocking scheme. The goals of this presentation are to first introduce the blocking responsibilities of the offensive line in the power run scheme and show when adjustments are needed based on defensive alignment. The second goal is to present good and bad examples of blocking technique and show possible improvements that can be made to create more room for the running back. The learning objectives are fairly simple. First, you should be able to identify how blocking responsibilities in the power run concept are changed based on the defensive front. And second, you should be able to notice poor blocking technique. On this first play, we are facing an even defensive front, which means we have 4 defensive linemen on the line of scrimmage and 3 linebackers. In this play, we have a left power run, which makes the aiming point for the running back the outside hip of the left guard, as pictured here. In this look, we have a 1-technique defensive tackle and a 6-technique defensive end on the play side. The first feature of the power run scheme is a double team block at the point of attack to create a hole for the running back to run through. Now, with that 1-technique defensive tackle on the play side, he essentially is positioned outside of the aiming point. This means that the double team is going to be between the tight end and tackle on the 6-technique defensive end to the second level of the defense. The most important aspect of this double team is to create vertical movement upfield in order to first take care of this linebacker inside, and also to give room to the pulling backside guard. Now, that is the second feature of the power run scheme, and what a pull means is that upon the snap of the ball, the backside guard will take a back step into the offensive backfield and fit around the double team block through the hole as a lead blocker for the running back. Usually he will be responsible for picking up the most dangerous linebacker in the hole, which will be this guy on this play. If a fullback is in the game, the fullback is always responsible for kicking out the end man on the line of scrimmage. Let's see how that all plays out. So right off the bat, you can see that we are starting to get good vertical movement on our double team from our tackle and tight end. Our fullback is working out to that end man on the line of scrimmage. And our guard is taking efficient steps and working perfectly to his man in the hole. This allows our running back to find a seam and pick up 9 yards on 1st and 10. That's great execution on the play side, and it's all started from the vertical movement of our tackle and tight end. On our second play, we are again faced with an even defensive front. However, we have a 3-technique at our aiming point and a 6-technique. Now, the biggest difference is that this 3-technique is directly positioned in the hole. This means that our double team block is going to be between the right guard and right tackle, and they're going to be looking to get vertical movement upfield to block this guy here. Now, the trickiest part of having a 6-technique and a 3-technique is that since the right tackle will be working with the right guard on a double team, this leaves this defensive end for the tight end to pick up on his own. Now, the way that he is currently positioned, the tight end, he's giving a ton of space in between him and the tackle for that DN to split directly into that gap and ruin the entire play. Again, the fullback is still responsible for the end man on the line of scrimmage. Let's see how it plays out. Right off the bat, you can see that our double team is getting good vertical movement upfield. However, as I noted earlier, our tight end instantly allows way too much vertical penetration upfield, and that defensive end blows up the entire play, which also gets our pulling guard stuck. The biggest change this tight end could make is noticing pre-snap that we have a 3 technique to the play side, so he will have this defensive end by himself. What that means is that scooting down a bit closer to the tackle will help a ton, so that he can easily make that wall off of the double team and allow that guard to work his way around. Another big thing is getting off the ball quickly, getting lower, and positioning yourself more effectively to handle that defensive end. On this last play, we are faced with an odd defensive front and a right power run call. So, with an odd look, we have a nose or a 0 technique opposite the center. What that means is that our guard and center will be working together on the nose to get vertical movement upfield. Without a fullback in the play, the tackle will be responsible for the D end on his own, and the pulling guard will work off of that double team to the second level. Let's see how it works out. Right off the bat, you can see how much movement our guard and center are getting on their double team, which is awesome. And our pulling guard is able to fit up on that linebacker, creating tons of space for our running back to pick up 7 yards. Our tackle's doing a good job, but he stops his feet and allows that defensive end to get a little bit inside, but he keeps fighting, and all around it's a successful play. In conclusion, the power run concept is centered on a double team at the point of attack, which needs vertical movement. It is also centered on a pulling backside guard to block the second level middle linebacker off of the double team. The basic rules are as follows. For an even 4-man front, with a 3 technique to the play side, the double team will be between the guard and the tackle. With a 1 technique and a 6 technique to the play side, the double team will be with the tight end and the tackle on the 6 technique. The fullback, if he's in the game, is always responsible for kicking out the outside linebacker or defensive end on the line of scrimmage. Versus an odd 3-man front, the double team is between the center and guard on the nose tackle or the 0 technique. I hope this wasn't too confusing for you, but thank you for your time.